Welcome to Coffee with the Claires.
Hey, it's really nice to be back. It's been too long. In fact, the last time we were here, we were in the studio with Gavin.
We were just
doing a little
live,
little studio project, which was fun.
There were some vases, there was some water.
There was a lot of laughing.
There was a lot of laughing.
We had some fun. How are you? It's been forever. What have you been doing? Have you been away? Have you been doing lots of amazing photography? We've been out and about.
We have. It's been a busy few months. Say hello in the comments.
Yes.
Tell us where you're from. We'll do some shout outs. Claire's you've been in Wales for what seems like...
Well, every weekend.
Every weekend possible.
I sort of seem to go a little flat there or something. I love it there, to be fair. So I've been at the ICC last weekend. We did the Western Wales show the weekend before. We were in Skoma.
We were, yes.
Which was pretty amazing. We've got the bird fair coming up next month.
Lots of exciting things happening.
I'm not going to tell you about the schedule, but keep your eyes out for that. Is that up on the events page yet?
It's coming soon. It's up on our UK Facebook page, and we've got lots of great talks from our ambassadors on our stand and also on the bird fair stages as well.
I love it. It's going to be a different format this year. We've gone all out, so
lots of fun.
Make sure you come and look at that. So Claire, what have you been up to?
Well, Claire, like we said, we've had a busy time. We went to Skoma. That was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
We had a workshop in Skoma with a group of 20 photographers and our wonderful ambassador, Rob Cottle. He took us on a lovely nature walk around Skoma.
It was beautiful.
Oh, the things we learned about the puffins and the habitat, and we got some amazing photos, which we will have a look at shortly.
And hello to Mark Dell. We met on Skoma. Lovely to see you, Mark.
Hello, lovely to see you.
And that's amazing. I mean, it's really lovely because obviously we are travelling out and about again. And as you guys know, Terry, it was brilliant. As you know, I cover the Nordics, and so I get to meet a lot of people out there, and they say, "You're Claire." I say, "I'm one of the Claires," which always still amazes me. When I went to Wales this week, even though I don't cover the area, normally it's Craig, people come up to me saying, "You're one of the Claires." Hey. And so it's always nice that you're out there and you're watching and you are here to join the OM System family and our lovely community.
Absolutely. And speaking of the Nordics, we have one of the wonderful Nordic ambassadors joining us today. We have Kai Jenson. He will join us shortly, and we're going to go through some of his beautiful pictures and have a nice chat with him. So if you do have any questions for Kai, make sure you get them into the comments.
Maybe you're thinking of heading to Norway on holiday. Maybe you've got a holiday booked out there. Maybe you want some tips and tricks, about landscape, about weather, about that sort of thing. You know, it's an incredible place if you've never been. So as I said, it doesn't just go to Norway. It goes to other countries as well, of which we'll find out. But any questions, please pop them in the comments.
Absolutely. So, should we have a look at what we've been shooting?
Yes, let's have a look at what Claire and I... Oh, it's me first.
Ooh.
I'm up first. So don't be surprised.
I'm gonna guess. Okay, I've not seen any photos, but I'm gonna take a wild guess. Is it puffins?
Or pelicans, as I keep calling them.
You call them pelicans.
Don't know what is wrong with
definitely
me.
Puffins.
But puffins!
Ah, this is the shot.
Do you know, we first got to the island, and obviously there's a lot of things to photograph, as in a lot of styles. So you can do in flight, there's always those classic shots you want with the sand eels and, so many different things. But with the 40 to 150 and a 2x converter, I pretty much nailed everything from close up, full face puffin shots to birds in flight. I carried one lens, one converter, and this was something that really caught my eye. The beautiful bokeh just shining. The light was absolutely right. You have to pick where the light is because obviously it travels around during the day. Yes. So you have to be really mindful about where you are, where the light is on the day. But absolutely beautiful, and I love this shot. Bill says, Marysville, funny getting ready to go photograph puffins out here. That's is WA, no, that's not Wisconsin, is it? No, WA would be Washington? Oh, maybe. But I can't wait. I think make sure you tag us in your pictures, Bill, so that we can have a good look when you come back and you've sorted through your millions of images.
And I was over the other side of the island at this point, wasn't I?
Yes.
So I was over the other side. And Claire comes wandering over. She's like, "Look at this, look at this." And I was like,
she left me.
I left her immediately.
Just saw like a sort of trail of
straight over to the other side.
Because obviously the light is only there for a while.
And that was beautiful morning light. We just got over sort of 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
and they were just, the sun was fantastic, the bokeh of the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shot.
I think my point about this is, you know, I'm sure other photographers say it to you, but always look at your backgrounds, always look at the context.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is when you go to somewhere like Skoma, it's so overwhelming.
Oh, it is.
That you do puffins all the time. You get so stupid and high on puffins.
We did do that, yeah.
We did that as well, but actually you need to just sort of calm down and take them in context.
Was it calling?
So this one is calling. You know, obviously puffins mate for life, and this one is calling the male in. The male's out. This one's on the nest waiting. And I just love the fact it's a bit different, open beak shot. The colours are gorgeous.
I like the green, just constant green
and the beautiful green in the background. And again, I wouldn't say it's a puffin portrait. It's more a profile, I suppose.
I love it.
But when you've been a couple of times, you do try and experiment with slightly different shots.
Yes,
and obviously, the shots you want, you know, always want those classic sand eel shots. But I have been a couple of times now, and I always look for something that's a slightly different. And you know, not always to everyone's taste. But to my taste.
But you know what's lovely is we took 20 photographers and they all, you know, they all had the same kit and they all had the same landscape and animals to work with, but they all got such incredibly different images. Yeah. And I saw some amazing in-flight photos from everyone afterwards. They were sharing them, and it's just brilliant. The different images that you get from a workshop that you go on.
Yeah, and we will be going back next year. So.
Espen.
Hey, Hi, Espen. Lovely to see you.
We must get up to Scotland.
Helen, hello from Scotland. Great puffin images. Yes, that's another.
We've got to get
Norway, Scotland. We've got them all on the list. We've just got to get Mark's on. Hello, Mark.
Hi,
just
Mark.
got to sign those off. Next image, please. That's yours, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
No.
Is that not the one I chose? Okay,
That's
did I choose this one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I sent you the wrong one, but it's fabulous anyway. It's thinking, that's not the one I sent you.
No.
It isn't the one I sent you, but it's still beautiful. And in fact, every picture of every puffin is beautiful.
Oh, they are.
Sitting on a nest, waiting for their other half to come in with the sand eels. Photo maker says, do the puffins hang out in groups? Are they social? Well, they tend, they are social because you can get them in 5, 6s, but obviously they mate for life, so they are waiting for that significant other to come back while they're sort of sitting on the nest incubating. But it's where you are in Skoma, they literally run across your feet in front of you. So whenever one comes in, you have to stand and wait. You cannot believe how close you get to them,
and they're so small.
They're so small. They're this big.
In images, they look a lot bigger, but they are
like that.
So small.
You do that. But you get told off. There are rangers out there that are very much about leave things alone. You know, don't touch, don't sit down, don't put your bags down.
Yeah.
So it's great because you can take pictures safely, beautifully, and looking after the puffins at the same time.
They really do look after it.
And as I said, everything shot OM1, 40 to 150, 2.8, and a 2x converter. So I love it. Absolutely love it. Gavin?
Fantastic. Oh, he's
Let's
pointing
have a
at
look.
me.
He's pointing at you.
That means that's my photos.
Pictures.
They're not all puffins.
Good.
There might be one.
I was worrying if we were going to just go for Puffin Mania tonight.
We could have gone for Puffin Mania.
We should have got Charlotte to put some puffins in as well, and we'd have all been puffined out.
I think there's maybe one.
So if you've got any trips, if you're going to see puffins, put them in the comments. Oh, nice.
Okay, so a few weeks ago, I went to Spain, met up with some of our colleagues and one of our ambassadors, Rania.
Hello, Rania, if you're watching.
And we went out into nature and shot some beautiful images, some video and some tech stuff. But I just loved this empty, winding road. And it was shot with, of course, are you going to guess?
25 1.2.
Oh, yes. I don't know how you guess. I don't know
out of the 39 and 36 lenses we've got, that's quite a good guess, right?
That was a very good guess. OM1, and I just loved, how it winds off into the hills. Beautiful mountain, lovely light coming in. It was getting later on in the evening. What you don't see is the sea on the right. And it was just lovely, peaceful, really nice to be out with a group of photographers.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Nighttime, live composite. I would be getting you to drive down that road with the lights back and forth.
Oh, I like that. I did not think of that.
Yeah, but it's daytime. You probably didn't. But I'm thinking nighttime, let's go back, up and down the high car.
After their dinner at like 10:30, which is the time they like to eat.
Amazing. Love it.
Right, excellent.
Nice to see a little different shot for you from you.
Little
Love
bit of travel,
that. Love that.
Bit of travel photo.
Oh, lovely.
The one, the only, Rania.
Love this.
So yes, we were out with Rania having a lovely time, and I always love spending time with Rania. She's a really great photographer, and she was just looking out, enjoying nature, and again, 25mm, 1.2, my favourite go-to lens. You've got the mountains in the background. Rania always dresses very suitably for exploring outdoors, and you've got the beauty, you can see the seascape, and I just really liked, you know, the whole feeling of this image. And she also took with her, which is not in this image, an LSP5. So we did a lot of recording the sounds of nature, which we're going to make into some beautiful videos. She's got some really, really great stuff. So,
you know, you've hit a nail on the head there. It's so important. We always forget to record the sounds where, you know, it's
absolutely
so important about remembering where you are in that moment, the feeling, the smells, the noise. It encapsulates more than just the photograph itself, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you remember the sounds will remind you of that moment. You know, you have the photos, but also that sound is,
I agree.
is really
I
great
love that
and
a
important.
lot. Oh, very nice.
And another, so this was first thing in the morning, before any of them had got up.
And whereabouts is this?
I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Cadaqués? It's in Costa Brava, in Spain. So up the northern coast from Barcelona. And this was sort of a 10-15 minute walk from the apartment. I think everyone was still in bed.
Was this you going out at 6 in the morning?
No, it wasn't quite 6. I think it was more like 7:30.
Claire does like the early starts.
I was off in hunt for coffee for me and croissants for the team, and it was just beautiful. The early morning light. Yeah, it was that morning light,
quiet.
The detail. This was, I think, shot with a 20mm and the OM1. I know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
A little bit wider. But I just love the detail on it.
And nobody out.
No, nobody was
Silence.
out. It's Terry says it looks really tranquil, and it was. It was just up on this little perch, and you could just see everything, and you could kind of see the shopkeepers and everyone getting ready for the day, and the fishermen getting ready with the boats, and it was just beautiful. And like you say, that morning light is just nothing like it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a sunrise
you are the
girl.
early morning, let's go out photographer person, aren't you?
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
It.
And
love it.
you know, I just love capturing a scene with no one in it. You know, that morning before everyone packs it full of bustling streets. So
basically lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown would be your favourite sort of time of year. They're amazing images, and
we had to put a puffin picture in.
You had
so
to put a puffin picture.
I took many. I did, you know, I thought I won't include the sparkly bokeh because that was your baby. But I did do this portrait shot of this puffin, and this was shot with a 300mm. So I did quite a bit with a 40 to 150 because that is a perfect lens for Skoma. But then I thought, you know what, let's mix it up. Let's try the 300 and see what it does.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away. It just completely knocks out that background, and the detail was just amazing.
Insane.
And I used Bird Detect AI, so it locked on because they move really quickly, don't they? They're super fast.
So do.
And I was super pleased with this crisp
It's interesting you say that about the 300 because when you get the opportunity to have the 100 to 400, the 150 to 400, you know, you forget the 300, but the 300 almost gets to the back of the bag, and it doesn't come out as often as it should, and it's still one of our most incredible lenses. It's got image stable, it's got image sync, so when it locks on, it locks on. It is super, super sharp.
It is my go-to lens when in winter when I'm out photographing birds near where I live. The 300 lives on my OM1.
Yeah.
And it just, like you said, sharp image stabilization. It just has everything.
Yeah, I mean, we took the big white lens, the 150 to 400. It was too close.
Yeah.
It was too close. Lovely as it is, and an amazing thing. You just didn't need it, did you? So
40 to 150, if you're ever going to Skoma, that is the perfect lens.
And it says, Tansy says the reflection and detail in the eye. Yes, look at that.
Wow, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Little pupil there, can you see it?
Yeah.
And the sand and the dirt on the
Yeah.
beak, I just think is beautiful. So
Yeah, it's
amazing.
incredible
I love it.
quality.
I mean, and we really could look at puffin pictures all day.
We could,
couldn't we?
absolutely. But that is not why we're here.
We're going back next year. We've already told management we're going back next year for a week next time.
Okay, you're on. You're on.
So make sure you look out for that.
Okay, so let's bring on our fantastic guest. You've met him before in person.
Yes. So I look after the Nordics. I support our team out there, go and do the shows and things. And I met Kai. He's such a great ambassador. And I think we should introduce him and show him to our global platform. So let's not waste any more time.
But wait.
Wait.
Gav, roll VT.
Hey, Kai.
Hey, welcome.
Hey,
Well.
Kai. How are you doing?
Just fine. Fantastic introduction. Thank you very much.
Those images that we saw in the video are incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's
I
fantastic to
mean-
be.
It's so good to see you. I mean, I follow you on Instagram if you're looking now. Your Instagram and Facebook are on the, and the website are on the ticker tape. So make sure you follow Kai. As I said, he's a brilliant ambassador. Kai, how long have you been using our kit and, you know, working for OM System?
Since 2018.
Right,
So-
fantastic.
Yeah, so it's been some years and time flows away.
It does.
It totally does. And so
Yeah.
you don't just do wildlife, you do nature, you do landscape, you pretty much do everything outdoors, right?
Yeah, everything. And I also supplies the NTB, Norwegian Telegram Bureau. It's an agency that sells my pictures. So then I have to do a lot of pictures and yeah, so.
That's fantastic. And I mean, I'm looking behind you. Is this your studio you're in? Is this your art room? Because it's filled with amazing images.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's my gallery in my backyard, so it's yeah.
Wow. I
Need
mean,
a
while
camera.
you were off camera, I was saying to Claire and the team here, you know, we really need a trip to Norway.
Yeah.
You know, an end user trip, you know, that we go on some sort of workshop, because I think this would be pretty fabulous. So when we speak in the next few days, we'll work out the best times of year to come, and maybe you can take us and lead a workshop out there for us, because it would be amazing.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Yeah.
Good. So tell us, you know, you assume you're shooting with the OM1?
Repeat it.
Are you shooting with the OM1?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the camera I'm using now. Yeah.
And I see you've also got the white lens there behind you, the 150 to 400.
Yeah, the legendary.
It is legendary, isn't it?
Yeah.
The legendary, mythical 150 to 400.
It's a beautiful lens. It's a beautiful lens.
So
Yeah.
tell us about your kit generally. What's your main go-to products within the range?
Well, the 1200 is an amazing lens that I'm using all the time. And I have a lot of friends that have switched to OM System, and they are just amazed with the 12-100. And they use it on landscape, and you can use it on close-ups and everything. So that's
Such a versatile
yeah.
lens, yeah.
It's so good. I mean, when I do shows and things, people say, should I buy the 1240 or should I buy the 1200? And I always like, that's the face I always pull.
Ooh.
But I say, you know, if you can stretch the 12100,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, it's so difficult, you know, but the 12100 is such the one that is in the bag at all times. Okay, let's not keep our viewers waiting any longer, because they're here
Let's
to
look at
see
some
some
pictures.
incredible images. Gavin, if you could show us number one, let's have a look.
Ah, this was in that video.
I love this. Tell us about this image, Kai.
Yes, this is taking at a friend's place up in the mountain, and he has some light in the back for backlighting the hairs, and they are and he put out some apples for them, so they come there and they start to fight about the food. So it's and we are actually
Wow.
yeah, so it's
So they're boxing over an apple. That's amazing.
yeah, and this is kind of how hares are doing it. They are boxing like this in the wild like that. So this is the behavior of them. Yeah.
It's
And
incredible.
I'm assuming that's snow up in the air.
Yeah, the snow. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'm jealous already.
Yeah, I know.
Claire and I are both like, I've never really done any sort of snowy type
No.
photography like
And
this.
That detail is incredible. And what kit? Oh, we've got it listed down there.
Yeah.
40 to 150.
EM1X.
Great choice.
Yes. And using a 2.8 lens is so
Yeah.
amazing because you can use it in pitch dark, and here it's literally pitch dark. It's only the backlight. So I was very interested in seeing how this will work with the OM system and the camera and everything. But the focus nailed it, and the exposure was perfect, and everything was like, yeah, no problem at all. So
And this is a constant light, not flash. This is
Yes.
just a single constant light, right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I love it.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's
So
fantastic.
beautiful, and it's such a different take on hares. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. So Kai, photo maker says, are you laying on your belly? Are you laying down shooting this, or are you standing?
Well, actually, I should be honest and say that I'm actually sitting in the cabin.
It's
In the
all
warm.
it's all
He's
about
in the
comfort.
warm
It's
with a cup of
comfort.
tea.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
your honesty.
It's important. I was expecting him to say, well, Claire, I was laying out in the snow, freezing cold for my art, for this photo. I was laying down for hours waiting for this shot, but you were drinking tea in the cabin. That's
Oh,
nice.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love it. I think you know, at the end of the day, when you've got hides set up, or a cabin or somewhere, and you can get this magical shot, then that's all that
Beautiful.
matters, right?
Beautiful.
It looks amazing. I love it. Well done. Okay, can we have image number 2, please? Oh, okay.
Ah.
This is very close up, so I'm
They're
assuming
either giant ants,
like this big.
or you used a
That would be
macro lens.
scary, wouldn't it?
90 mil.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about this image.
Yeah, if you look at the shutter speed, 150 of a second,
Right.
and it's
Wow.
also handheld stacking in camera.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
I was just following this ant, and it stopped for a split second, and then I took the photo stacking handheld, and I was amazed that it nailed it. It was like, what?
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
yeah, I've done
that
so much focus stacking handheld, and I never used tripod. I just handheld, and it's fantastic that you actually can do it, and with a 90 millimeter, it's just crazy. It shouldn't be possible. Yeah.
yeah. And it's so nice to travel light and travel without a tripod. I mean, obviously there are times when you do need the tripod. Let's not
Yeah.
completely ignore the tripod, but there are times when you do need one, and you know, something. But to be able to go handheld.
50th as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
We have a question.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
this taken with flash, Kai?
No, it was just taken in the forest without a flash.
Fantastic.
Good question,
Natural
Francesca.
light. Oh, beautiful detail on it.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And are they fighting, or is that sort of?
Well,
yeah, I don't really know.
then the behavior here is that the ants are carrying a dead ant, and you can often see that they are walking around finding a dead ant, and they pick it up and they bring it back. So yeah,
it's
so it's
looking
scary.
after its.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's quite interesting behaviour because obviously ants are one of those things where I know
You don't really
I know
think about-
people are going to
yeah.
go, oh, but are they very interesting?
Well, yeah.
You know, but actually there's
yeah.
a whole life cycle. Do you remember we went to that place and they were carrying those leaves all the way across the roof?
across the rope.
I mean,
yeah.
they are absolutely fascinating to watch, aren't they? So we love this. And like you say, the 90mm is just such an
Excellent
astounding lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to be out with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
loves
good.
it.
That's
Brilliant.
good.
All right, let's
So if
take
you've
a
got
look.
any questions for Kai, put them in the
Pop
comments.
them in the chat.
So anything at all about
You've
any
had
of
a
the
lot
images.
of great comments saying how much they love the images so far.
Yes.
So let's take a look at the next one.
Ooh,
Oh,
lovely.
backlit. I love backlit.
Yeah.
Love backlit. Tell us about this image.
Yes, it's taking nearby Oslo, by the fjord, and this beautiful flowers was with this hair. You just want to take the pictures in backlight because then it brings out all the nice stuff in the flower and the hair on it. So, and I used a 90mm, and I was lying on my belly here and just wait for the right moment. So it was, and I also like to have that dark background so you can really bring out the bright part of the light.
And you can also see the colour of the flower as well. So it's not just backlit, but you've got that beautiful pink. How big are the flowers? I mean, I'm sort of doing this, but
yes,
I mean, are they
it's
small?
6-7 centimeters high.
Wow, they're lovely, aren't they? Beautiful.
Yeah, so, and again, this 90mm is fantastic to walk around with. Yes, so I'm so happy that we have this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark asks, with the 40 to 150, do you use the teleconverter often?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if I shoot frogs, for instance, it's nice to have a converter to get a little bit closer. So in some cases, I use the converter, and it's nice to see that with a 1.4, you don't lose sharpness or anything. It's still sharp and it's perfect. So it's actually a very nice combo with the 1.4 converter. So I use it often. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And Terry asks, was this natural light or flash? I'm assuming when you said you were waiting for the light, that you were waiting for a natural light to happen?
Yes, it's natural light, and that is one thing I like with nature photo, is to walk around and see for possibilities, and then you see these flowers and you see the light, and you know that if you get down on the belly, you just wait a little bit and then the light comes. So it's very nice to be out there chasing for the light.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I just want to say hello to Tito.
Hi, Tito.
Tito's hello, and also Megan, one of our ambassadors from South Africa, is on as well. So lots of love to you all. And I see Susie Crow's on and Claire Williams.
Thanks for joining.
Lovely to see you. It's been too long. Oh, look at the sharpness on that. Isn't that
I love,
gorgeous?
like you say, you waited for that light for those hairs so you could see them all standing out backlit. I think it's beautiful.
It's a simple image, but it actually works so beautifully.
Really well.
Yeah, I love it.
Excellent.
Okay, Gavin, can we have the next image, please? Oh, where is this? This is gorgeous.
That's lovely.
Yes, it's on the west coast of Norway, and with the mountains and the fjords, and it's amazing to be out there. And I think that we Norwegians are spoiled with all this beautiful scenery landscape. It's
Yes, you are.
Yes, yes.
So
Espen will tell us. So is this a summer shot? Is this because obviously it's very green.
Very green, yeah.
You know, so I'm assuming it's...
Still some snow though.
Yeah. So tell us about the time of year for this one.
It's in the springtime, so it's that's because of all the green, because it's spring, and you have also snow on the mountains. So it's a very nice time to travel in Norway if you're going in May and June. It's very nice. So, and it's also taken in the early morning. It's fantastic to be driving around early in the morning in the fjords, and you got this light on the mountains, and then you can see the lights get lower and lower, and it's fantastic to be out there. And it's taking with high-res shots, so it's you get
so
all
it's
this detail.
An 80 or a 50 megapixel image, so the detail and the sharpness edge to edge will just be incredible. And I love the reflection in the water as well. Look at the colour on the mountains at the back, where you've got the light hitting the mountains. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. When we went to Switzerland, we found that, didn't we? You get up early and you get that stunning light glow across the mountains. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we're not jealous, are we?
No, not
about the Norwegian landscape.
No, definitely.
You know, question I've got actually is, when is it best to come to Norway? Is it best to come to Norway in spring and summer, in autumn or winter? For a photographer's point of view, if you've never been and you wanted to experience Norway, she says, writing down tips for workshops. When is the best time to come?
Well, February.
Oh, really?
if you go up north in February, you will get, and Mars, you will get amazing winter light with this very low winter light, and you can photograph all day with amazing lights.
See,
And
cheap lights.
yeah, and you also have the peak of the summer in June, because this lights all night, so the sun don't go down.
Of course,
so.
it doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah.
light
It
up.
gets dark, right? And it's only like a 4-hour flight from here, so
Wow.
you know it's literally quite a small plane journey. So Claire Williams says, were you on a boat to get that view, or are you sitting
land.
in a cabin?
He was on his belly. In a boat.
The beauty is that you can drive with the car around and get this nice scenery just walking out of the car and walk 10 meters. So yeah, that's amazing.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I've got to say I've been to Oslo and we only had a little trip outside, but the city is beautiful. The countryside is like nothing like you've seen it on Earth.
And the detail, that high-res shot detail is
incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And is this handheld or tripod?
This handheld, I'm choosing handheld.
Brilliant.
For the most, because of the dynamic range will raise when you use handheld, and you get
absolutely beautiful. We love it. It's just got that symmetry and everything I like about a landscape sort of reflective image. If you turned it up on the side, it could almost be one of those sort
You've
of
now got me looking at it.
so you can see faces and all sorts of things when you sort of turn them around. It's absolutely beautiful. We love it.
Gab's even like doing this in the background.
Gav, all the team here are doing this. So I absolutely love it. Let's take a look at your next image.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Wow.
And you could literally look this way or that way with this one.
Wow, the feather and detail are incredible. Tell us, again, I'm assuming this was shot in your backyard or almost in Norway.
Yeah, it's actually almost in my backyard. It's from a photo hide that I have in Norway, and it's also shot with a 150-400. And and I just love the lens, because in a situation like this, if you don't have the zoom, you are risking that you don't get the reflection of the. So with the zoom, you can just zoom out, so you get all the bird and the reflection and everything. So it's a northern goshawk, and it's quite regularly at my photo hide. So it's amazing that it stopped there and drink the water, and it was nice reflection.
Oh, it's beautiful. I think what's incredible, normally when we see birds of prey, it's normally an action shot.
Yes.
It's normally an in-flight shot.
You don't see them
or
drinking
a
so
shot
much.
catching a fish or attacking something else. But this is it looking after itself. It needs a drink and it's come down. It's absolutely beautiful. The detail is stunning. But what a nice natural image that, it isn't just about, like I said, what it needs to hunt. This is what it's doing for its just drinking, just taking a drink, just taking a drink. Love it. We've got a question. Mr. G, wonderful goshawk. Did you use any noise reduction in post-processing?
Yes, I always use noise reduction, and it's always about how much you use it. I think it's not about use it or not use it. It's how much you are using it, and the trick is to use it on the bird, and to use it on the surroundings and not use it on the bird, because not so much. So it's a lot of things are doing in the post processing. It's an important part of being a photographer today, to do the post processing in a good way.
True.
Yeah. The problem is if you overdo things, that's the big problem. So so it's all about small, just to bring out the good stuff that you have in the raw file. So I'm shooting raw, and it's a package with a lot of goodies. So when you just do the right thing in Lightroom, I use Lightroom, you will bring out all the nice details, and the blacks and everything is
Yeah, and it's very interesting what you say there about photographers of a modern age, and I'm a little older than you, will understand that you know, when you shot film, unless you printed yourself, you didn't do much mucking around with the image. You left that down to the printer. But here you have much more of a license to change things yourself. But having said that, everything in moderation, right?
Absolutely.
Because you can,
Subtle
like Kai
changes.
says,
Yep.
you can go too far with it. And
Yeah.
I think it is so important to understand that over digitized images just look really unnatural. And if you're shooting the natural world, you want to come away from it being over processed. And this is just hit the spot perfectly. The blacks are black, the whites are white, and everything else in between is lovely.
Yeah, and that's why you shoot raw files, because when you shoot raw, you don't hit the point of white and you don't hit the point of black. You got a gray picture. So what you need in post-process is to set the black right and set the white right. And that's almost all you have to do. And when you do that right, the picture pops out of itself by just setting the black point and the white point. So it's
so true. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. Good tip there, guys. Set your black point, set your white point, and everything else should fall into place. We absolutely love that. Can we take a look at the next image?
Oh, another great reflection.
Look at the colour of the tail. It's a red squirrel with a black tail.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we have native red squirrels here, and we have the not native.
A lot of grey ones.
Grey squirrel, which has overtaken a lot of the red squirrels. So red squirrels are under conservation here in the UK because of the grey squirrel. Tell us about this squirrel. It looks incredible.
Yeah, it's also taking with the 150-400, of course. I use that lens a lot, and this squirrel lives around the hide, and it often comes down to drink some water. At this particular time, it was very nice light, and the reflection was just perfect. And also the posing, it's important that the squirrels learns to pose in the right way. So this one has actually
you gave him a few krona.
This one had a great.
So and all squirrels are this colour in Norway with the black tail?
Well, it's the kind of genetic. It changes a little bit genetic. So some are black on the back and some are red, and they came in a little bit different. So it's interesting. So.
And we've got a question from Megan. How much time do you spend waiting to get a shot like this?
Well, I can sit in the hide for maybe 12 or 13 hours.
Wow. Okay.
And and when you do that,
that is patience. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do that 2 or 3 days in a week,
okay,
and then you can calculate it with a year.
You spend a lot of time waiting.
But you're not going to get shots like this
if you don't. Like that.
You got to put the time in, right?
Yes, you do.
The time, the patience.
Yeah.
To nail a shot like this is absolutely beautiful.
Yes, and all the patients comes to be there in that atmosphere and hear all the sounds and everything going on. The hours is just flying by, and you think that I'm not patient at all. I'm just sitting here and enjoying.
Just enjoying nature.
I mean, you know, we absolutely love that philosophy. That is just to take the smells, the sounds, the light. It isn't just about those 2 minutes of picking the camera up and taking a shot, is it?
And it's not about, you know, click like we spoke about on Scoma. It's not just about going crazy and taking thousands of photos. It's about stopping and appreciating the wildlife that you're amongst and taking it all in.
The sounds, the smells, the light, everything that and I think that makes you a better photographer generally. So, you know, we were talking about this to Rob, that when you go somewhere, you don't just run in and take pictures, as Claire says. You have a walk around, you sit down. You
watch and see, you know.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
And it also it also makes you a better photographer. If you can sit down and relax and just enjoy, you will start to see motives all around and
So we have a question from Per Lundborg. Do you use Pro Capture?
Yeah, a lot.
Excellent.
I really love that feature. It's amazing, and it's very nice to just have it on the. I put it on the front button, so I can just activate it and deactivate it when I need it. So
brilliant.
In that way, I can just use it all the time. It's perfect. Yeah.
And do you sort of go for high speed Pro Capture, low speed Pro Capture? What's What, or something in the middle? What's your, do you have a special?
It depends. If I want to have a continuous focus, I use the low so I can keep on focusing on the subject. And sometimes I just want to have as much pictures in the second that I can get. So it's just, and then I put it on high.
I love it. Absolutely. And Pro Capture is obviously one of the OM systems. Amazing. We talk about it a lot.
Oh, we do.
Because
we love it.
We call it the time travel feature. It allows you to travel back in time just for a second, but it's all you need.
It's all you need, definitely.
We absolutely love this shot. If you love Kai's work, don't forget to follow him on Instagram and Facebook and look for the workshops. And if you have any questions for Kai, please put them in the chat. Okay.
Have we got any more?
So
I don't know how
many.
many images we've got.
We have two more. Okay, two more images. So let's have a look. Oh, now this is quite unusual.
It's a bit different.
Hang on. It's got its foot on something, on a hair, or tell us. Quite unusual shot.
It's a squirrel. It's killed by traffic, so I put it out for the Goshawk in the wintertime. Also roe deer if they are killed. But this is a squirrel, and it's actually taking with 150-400 with 2-point converter. So it's actually 1000 millimeter. So
the
it's
detail on that. Floor is just
so it's
incredible.
the 150. It's the white lens with the 2000 with the 2 times converter. So we're actually talking 2000 millimeter. Is it full zoomed out and the converter in the body as well?
Yeah.
Wow. So we're talking 2000 mil here. I mean, that's pretty sharp. And is this a crop or is this full on frame?
Full on frame. It's no crop at all. It's it's actually impossible almost to take that picture. You can picture yourselves sitting with a 2000 millimeter trying to keep it steady. It doesn't help hold your breath. It's not possible. It's crazy. Yeah.
I know. Whenever I talk to people at shows about the lens and say, hey, this is now 2000 mil at 1.75 kilos, they look and go, what?
They think you're crazy.
And it's something a bit different. I mean, I've not sort of seen a shot like this before. So getting that foot detail is pretty awesome. Okay. Handheld or on a tripod?
On a tripod, yeah. From a photo hide. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because if you're in the hide, I assume you're going to be set up with the tripod at all times. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Scott says, do you ever shoot film with the resurgence in interest in analog photography? So that's from Scott.
Yeah, I have to repeat me to understand the question.
Yeah, do you ever shoot film? Or do you stay with digital nowadays?
I was thinking about the video, but film, I stopped in 2003 with film.
Yeah, okay.
And I never looked back. It was like, it was a game changer for me in 2003, and it was like,
brilliant.
So I understand that people should film because it's a nice process to just have 36 pictures in the camera. And you have to choose carefully for each. So it's another approach to photography. So I can see that people tend to like and try it. So, but I've been there and done that. So.
Well, exactly, and you are right. I mean, there is a process of learning when you shoot film.
Yeah.
But obviously with digital, it's a different learning process. So I think both are just as good. Claire, do you want to read that?
Marty is asking, do you use a shutter release?
Remote release.
Yeah, I use the remote control, yes. So, but not on this one. But sometimes I use it, yes.
Yeah. So, do you use the OI Share app, or do you use an actual manual, like the RC1 release?
Yeah, the manual with the
manual.
Yeah. So, I've got both, depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes I use the phone.
How far away you are.
Yeah, all those different things. So, okay.
Let's take a look at the
final image. Let's have a look.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. That's nice. Tell us about
It's cooling me down.
Is that your hide there in the background?
No, it's not.
And again, what a simple, beautiful shot. Sometimes in this heat, we really miss the snow.
Yeah.
And then when we do have snow, the UK
We miss the
completely,
heat.
well, we just don't, we completely, the UK grinds to a halt. Tell us about this image.
Yeah, people say that it's bad weather and not good for photo and things like that when it's gray and it's foggy. But for me, it's the best time to be out there with the camera when it's a gray, foggy day. It's perfect. And if you find a tree like this and you have this nice landscape and everything is covered in white and frost, it's just perfect for a landscape photo. Yeah. So it's all about being at the right place at the right time. Yeah. And that is a time like this.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and the tree just really pops out, doesn't it, against the fog and the white. It's
And did
beautiful.
you use high res again on this one?
Yes, I used high res on this one also.
So again, you're picking up the minute detail in the distance there, and Gav's zooming in for us, but it just goes to show that you can get that absolutely exquisite detail on a Micro Four Thirds sensor, especially using high res. You can blow this up to any size. I mean, you can have large A3, A2 size images. Megan says, where do you store your camera batteries when you are out shooting in the cold? Normally pockets on the body or somewhere?
Yeah, but normally there's no big problem with the batteries because I always have 3 or maybe 4 batteries, and I seldom use more than 2. But I actually don't have any problems. But I have them in my pocket, so it's so
stays warm.
Yeah, but it's actually no problems with the winter thing. I think you can shoot for many hours on one battery.
Yes, and so DigiBird says, are you using handheld again or tripod with the high res?
I use a handheld. Yes. Yeah, I think that is very nice feature to use. Yeah,
I am a massive fan of the handheld high res, and although I don't do enough landscape, we definitely put it through its paces when we went to Switzerland.
We did,
because you get those beautiful layering of mountains, and it's only when you get them home and then do this, zoom right in, that you can see how the detail is picked up.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely gorgeous. Just those little flecks of colour of brown through there.
And we've had a few comments saying, how hard it is to make such a minimal photo look so good, and you've absolutely nailed it. It's fantastic.
And lots of love for your images, Kai.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes, as I said, if you want to follow Kai, go on Instagram or Facebook, and also the website, which I'm not going to pronounce because I will embarrass myself. Maybe you could say it. Say it again, Kai.
Skogskjule.
You want to say that?
That's the one. Thank you, Kai.
Nobody's committing. We're not going to make ourselves look silly.
No.
It's good. No,
don't do it.
Don't do it. Kai, I think you've been brilliant. And obviously, how many months have I been saying, you must come on Coffee with the Claires? And finally, we got to see you and got to show our beautiful OM System family some of your incredible images.
Yes, it's been great. And we're going to plan a Zoom workshop in the next few weeks with Kai. So keep an eye on our events page because that will be popping up in the next week.
Yes, I will do that. I got to do that.
I've given you a deadline.
Yeah, give me a deadline. You've done it now. You've given me a deadline.
Yeah.
But if you saw the cover image as well for the Coffee with the Claires, it was that beautiful night image.
Oh, it was, yes.
Again, there's a massive variety of Kai's catalogue. So, whatever, there's lots of things you can pick up, be it landscape or wildlife. So definitely don't miss the Zoom because it's going to be a good one. Kai, thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us tonight. And I probably will see you in Oslo in a few, I think September, I think we've got a bird fair coming up, I think. Or is it there? That image. Well done, Gavin.
Well done, Gavin.
That image is just stunning. That would live ND because it's all the water
it's beautiful.
Slow exposure, right? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful image. So thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'm sure we will be speaking again very soon.
Yes, thank you very much to let me be in your show. It was fantastic. So
yay!
Thanks,
thank you.
Kai. See you soon.
See you soon, Kai. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. How amazing.
That was lovely.
And
Such
thanks,
great
Gav,
images.
for putting up that last image. That is it's just such a knockout.
It is
It's
beautiful,
just
that
such a
one.
knockout. That's the
Absolutely
images I
fantastic.
want.
Okay.
The slightly nighttime with the
Yep.
red cabins.
Yeah.
Can we
Nice
go?
bit of live
Can we
ending.
go?
Yeah,
Mark,
let's go.
can we go? Please say yes in the comments. Okay, so what's coming up?
So we're going to be at Bird Fair in a few weeks. So if you're based
Excited.
in the UK and you're coming to Bird Fair, do come over and see us in the hobby market. We will be there. We've got on-stand talks. We're doing some workshops in their new workshop section.
Yes, brand new.
We've got loads of great ambassadors there. We're going to be there.
Of course.
So if you're coming over, then please do come and say hello.
Yeah.
And then we're heading into August. Lots of exciting things in the lead up to World Photography Day. So I'm not going to give it away just yet, but come and join us in August for some really exciting stuff.
Yeah, and if you've got any ideas for workshops, or if you want to go anywhere, bug the social team. Sorry, guys.
Whoa. It's Claire.Harvey.
No, we are looking at lots more workshops. Obviously, we are a bit of a limited team, but Skoman was such a success
It was.
that we are planning many more. So keep your eyes on that. Thank you for the team on the back end, Charlotte, Gavin and Sam. And thanks, Claire.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone at home. We will be back monthly now. We've set some dates in, so you'll be seeing us regularly with some amazing guests and maybe even out and about.
Maybe won't he be well, don't tell him that. Shh.
Okay.
Just in case we're not. Lovely to see you guys. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you
soon.
very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.